It only took 3 months, but Nintendo just released a brand new IP for the Nintendo Switch. No sequel, prequels, ports, or remakes, an actual brand new game. We're of course talking about ARMS, a game that Eurogamer said does for fighting games what Mario Kart did for racing games. Edge says it is to the fighting game what Splatoon is to the online shooter. Do we agree? Stay tuned for the AltChar review. Normally in this section we talk about the history of the game and the franchise, but we can't do that because ARMS is completely new. So let's talk about the Nintendo EPD that developed the game. It was created after the merger of the company's Entertainment Analysis and Development (EAD) and Software Planning and Development (SPD) divisions in September 2015. Since then, every major game from Nintendo has been made by them: The Legend of Zelda, Triforce Heroes, Animal Crossing, Amiibo Festival, and the superbly underrated and misunderstood Star Fox Zero? What the hell?
Hello?
Really? Star Fox Zero was superbly underrated and misunderstood?
It is an excellent game that made innovations in controls.
No, it didn't. It was terrible. It looked awful and played terribly. Just admit it. Nintendo made a bad game.
Nintendo does not make bad games.
I swear, these Nintendo fanboys are getting more powerful since the Switch came out. ARMS exists in an alternative universe where people have springs for arms, with the exception of Twintel, who uses her hair, and they use these to fight each other to become the ARMS Grand Prix champion. There isn't much more to say. The setting is an extension of the gameplay, which is fantastic. There really isn't any other game like ARMS on the market that non-hardcore fighting fans can point to. Although there are differences between Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and Tekken, normal gamers would be hard pushed to describe them. ARMS operates much like Pokken Tournament on the Wii U, which will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, by having a simple rock, paper, scissors styles of conflict resolution. In ARMS, you can punch with your left arm, punch with your right arm, grab, charge up, block, dodge, and jump. Also, each character has a unique ability that distinguishes them from all the others. First, we have the cover star, Springman. He's able to deflect attacks and is able to have his punch constantly charged when his life bar drops below 25%. Ribbon Girl is our second cover star. While most characters are able to jump 2 times, Ribbon Girl is able to jump 4 times. She can also fall towards the ground faster after a jump by holding the dash button. Every time Ninjara dashes or blocks an attack, he will disappear with a smoke bomb for a second, allowing him to counterattack. Master Mummy has multiple known abilities, such as taking nearly no knockback from normal punches and being able to regenerate when guarding, but he's also one of the slowest characters in the game. Due to her robotic armor, Mechanica is able to hover for a few seconds and it is harder to stun her. Min Min is able to deflect enemies' punches by kicking them if she dodges while in midair. Her left arm transforms into the body of Dragon when charged. Twintel can slow down attacks and herself while in midair. Bite can use Bark as a launch pad to get high in the air. It also randomly attacks the opponent and can take hits. When activating the flurry attack, the pair combine in a single unit. Kid Cobra can charge up dashes in conjunction with arms, making dashes quicker and giving more distance. When charge dashing on the ground, Kid Cobra will duck under all incoming attacks. Helix's elastic body allows him to shrink and stretch at will, allowing him to dodge all types of attacks, including the rush attacks. There are 11 playable characters in total, each with their own level that is an extension of their personality, but that's really it. It's a classic archetypal fighting video game, variety of characters and settings with an easy to pick up and play, but hard to master. The complexity in the game relies on knowing when to punch and when to dodge. There's a constant feeling of being in a Mexican standoff when playing the game. There's an uncontrollable, collective unconscious desire of gamers to button mash if it's the first time playing a new fighting game. You can do that in ARMS, and if you're playing against others like yourself, you're gonna have a great time. But if you're playing at a higher level against a machine or online against trained players, you will get punished. In addition to choosing the character the player plays as, the player can choose between 3 arms for the character and change between each round. You do not have to use the same arm for both arms. The arms can also have one of 7 attributes: fire, electric, wind, ice, explosion, stun, and blind. Heavier arms can go through lighter arms in direct collision. All arms are compatible with the whole cast, but they need to be unlocked with the in-game currency. However, each person in the cast starts with 3 arms for free. I'm not gonna lie, this game is hard. Not Dark Souls level hard, but you need the same meditated, relaxed mind to win. There's a desire to press every button going, and you must resist the urge. Don't worry though, AltChar has got your back. Subscribe so you don't miss our Get Good at ARMS video coming soon. Disclaimer, it took hours and a lot of swearing for us to get past difficulty level 4 to unlock ranked online play. We have put so many hours into this game, which is why the review is a week late. We know what we're talking about. Let's talk about the game modes in ARMS. First up is Grand Prix, which we have previously touched on. The player fights 10 fights in a row, ending with a fight against Max Brass, followed by a second fight against Max possessed by Headlock, but that's only if you do difficulty level 4 or higher, and Headlock is brutal. He's like Goro in the original Mortal Kombat, mixed with Mike Tyson from Punch-Out. This is a classic hard video game boss. Fights leading up to the final fight can be in the different game modes that you can also play at your leisure. Fight. Standard fight where everyone fights for themselves. Hoops. Players try to throw each other into the basketball hoop. V-ball. Similar to volleyball, players try to get the ball to land on the other team's side. Skillshot. Players hit targets to earn as much points as possible. More points are scored when targets are hit consecutively. There's also a single player 1-on-100 horde mode where 100 helix-like enemies attack you in waves. All of the modes, except for horde, can be fought in team battle style. ARMS Fight supports up to 4 players online and also offline. That's right, in 2017 there's a game that has 4-player offline split-screen action. What a novel concept. As you win fights, you get more in-game currency, which you use to get arms, just like the menu tells you to. The higher amount of currency you have, the longer you can get to punch open new arms. Yes, this game makes you work for your loot, even when it should automatically be yours. Online is split between party mode, where everyone is learning, and ranked mode. Because you have to unlock ranked mode, all the players in there are serious. They know what they're doing and how to play. You need to come in prepared. Although this might seem like there's a good mixture of game modes in ARMS, we just don't feel like there's enough variety. None of the modes are designed to give you a break. They're all designed to teach you more about the mechanics of the game and how to get good. Hoops is all about learning how and when to grab. Skillshot is how to line up your punches, and V-ball is learning timing for your punches and moving quickly around the stage. The only break and relaxation you get in the game is turning it off, as when the game is on, you're in constant battle to win and get good. Not because you want to, but because the game gives you no other choice. It can feel like a constant tutorial. This is how I feel playing ARMS.
Get up! Don't lay it down like this guy hard! Come on! Come on! He's no machine. I didn't hear no bell! Get up, you son of a bitch! Mickey loves you.
It can seem to be a party game and great with friends through marketing and promotional material, which it is, but if one of you starts getting good at it, they will leave the pack and the fun fades away. It may look and sound fun and lighthearted, but it's not. It's serious, complex, and hard, and unfortunately at times it's not fun on your own. The presentation of ARMS is a spin-off to what Nintendo is doing with Splatoon. It's a bright and colorful color palette with everything clearly identifiable. It does come across as cartoony when compared to other fighting games' desire to be as real life as possible, which pushes them into the uncanny valley. Like Splatoon, the game is a rebellion against the desire for browns and grays and dark lighting. Just because something is dark does not necessarily mean it's deep and good. Take note, emo scots in DC films. ARMS is a caricature delight that celebrates its absurdity. It's like the fight scene in Captain America's Civil War. It's over the top and clearly is not trying to be an accurate representation of real life, but it wants you to be able to see everything that is happening on the screen. Again, take note, DC films. ARMS is a video game and the graphics celebrate that. Sound of the game is just as funky and fun, but doesn't seem very original. Parts are very reminiscent of Splatoon, to the point of it being a shameless ripoff. If this wasn't developed by Nintendo, they could consider copyright action against ARMS. Nintendo really wants to bring back motion controls in ARMS. When you first start the game, the first thing it talks about is that this is a thumbs-up game showing you how to correctly hold the Joy-Cons. The motion controls do work, and there's a clear improvement from the Wii and Wii U days. The problem with motion controls in ARMS is that they are slightly gimmicky, great for playing against friends in the same room, but completing the Grand Prix above level 4, that's not gonna happen. If you want a good workout, motion controls are for you. To play this game competitively and competently, you need to use the Joy-Con grip or the Pro Controller. The button layout is perfect and there's no lag. The reason you need a controller rather than motion controls is because you're gonna be dodging and jumping a lot, and it's so much easier just pressing X and Y. The game also supports a single Joy-Con, but like we talked about in our Street Fighter 2 review, playing fighting games on these is a cramped, uncomfortable experience. In portable mode, the gameplay is great. I've mainly been playing ARMS on my commute, and it works perfectly fine. The screen looks great and controls work. Nothing to complain about. So far, with every Nintendo game we've played, there has been no complaints between portable or docked. And now it's time for a ubiquitous video game rage. This edition is supplied by Amiibo collectors. Where the is my Amiibo support? Come on Nintendo, you released them for the Wii U and immediately hooked the world with your low stocks. You have a new IP and no ARMS Amiibos. In fact, that. Where's support for any of the other amiibos you released? There's a wealth of stuff you could have done in this game, such as exclusive arms or character costumes. Are you dropping amiibos? Is that what's happening? There's only a few games on the Switch that support them, and strangely enough, they're also Wii U games. Let me know, cause I gotta get on eBay before everyone else. Compared to Splatoon and Mario Kart, ARMS has defined a new type of fighting game in Nintendo fashion, and it is a great video game. It does everything correct: great graphics and sound, fun characters, unique levels, simplistic but complex gameplay. But unlike Splatoon or Mario Kart, it can become no longer fun quite quickly. The problem is that some people are getting really good at this game, and the worry is that it won't be as fair for new players in the future. It has the potential to go the way of Super Smash Bros. If you're thinking about getting ARMS, we suggest getting it sooner rather than later. This game's community will soon only be left with the most hardcore, and it's gonna be more of a grind to learn the game. At the moment, it's like when Splatoon first came out on the Wii U. No one properly knows how to win, so everyone is just having fun, but unlike Splatoon, you're not gonna have that space to grow as a player because ARMS is much more combative as it's a one-on-one fighting game. Overall, we give ARMS a 7 out of 10. It's doing everything right, and yes, it is brand new and nothing like we have seen before, but it does stop being fun. So thanks a lot for watching this review, guys. Let us know what you think of this game in the comment section below, and please make sure to head over to AltChar.com for much more content like this. This is COBRA, and see you in the next video.